Ever found yourself in a professional meeting, grappling with how to maintain politeness? It's a common scenario. We've all been there, caught in the delicate balance of expressing our opinions while respecting those of others. But fear not, there's an art to this dance of diplomacy, a subtle skill that can be mastered with a little guidance. The importance of politeness in professional settings cannot be overstated. It fosters a positive work environment, promotes effective communication, and can even be the deciding factor in the success of a business meeting. So, how do you navigate these waters without compromising your perspective or stepping on anyone's toes? That's what we're here to explore. We'll be taking a closer look at practical strategies that can help you handle disagreements, seek clarification, and offer alternative views, all while maintaining a high level of professionalism and courtesy. So stay tuned as we delve into the practical steps you can take to master politeness in professional meetings. When expressing disagreement, it's crucial to do so respectfully. A key part of maintaining a professional atmosphere during meetings is knowing how to soften disagreements. Instead of outright rejecting an idea, it's more productive to acknowledge the other person's perspective first. This could be as simple as saying, "I see where you're coming from, but here's another way to look at it." By doing this, you're showing respect for their ideas and opinions, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. This approach encourages healthy discourse and prevents the meeting from becoming a battleground of contrasting views. Remember, you're not there to win an argument, but to collaborate and find the best possible solution. So when you disagree, do so in a way that fosters understanding and mutual respect. Remember, the key is to disagree without being disagreeable. This approach can turn even the strongest disagreements into opportunities for growth and learning. Sometimes, the best way to maintain politeness is by seeking clarification. Now let's explore this strategy. Picture yourself in a meeting. A colleague presents an idea that you're unsure about. Instead of dismissing it outright, consider asking for more information. By doing so, you're not only keeping the conversation cordial, you're also demonstrating curiosity and a willingness to understand. A simple way to seek clarification is by saying, "Could you please expand on that point?" Or, "I'm intrigued by your idea, but I'm not quite sure I follow. Could you elaborate?" The key here is your tone and choice of words. Make sure they convey openness and respect. This approach does two things. It gives your colleague the chance to explain their idea in greater detail, and it provides you with more information to make a well-informed response. So remember, asking for clarification not only keeps the conversation respectful but also enriches your understanding. Providing alternatives is a constructive way to contribute to the discussion. In professional meetings, it's not enough just to voice disagreement or express skepticism about a proposal. It's equally important to offer a different perspective or a fresh idea that could be a viable solution to a problem or a new approach to achieving a goal. When you propose an alternative, you're essentially saying, "I see where you're coming from and I appreciate your viewpoint. But have we considered this other option?" This approach fosters collaboration and mutual respect. It shows that you're not just a naysayer but a problem solver, a team player who's willing to think outside the box and contribute to the collective wisdom of the group. Offering an alternative view doesn't mean you're opposed to the original idea. You might be fully supportive of it, but you believe that there's another, possibly better way to achieve the same result. Or you might see potential pitfalls in the proposed approach that others haven't considered, and you're suggesting a different route to avoid those risks. When you present an alternative, be sure to do it in a respectful and constructive manner. Start by acknowledging the value of the existing proposal, then introduce your alternative as another possibility, not as a superior idea. Use phrases like, "What if we tried?" or "Have we thought about?" to show that you're adding to the discussion, not trying to hijack it. Remember, the goal is not to win an argument, but to arrive at the best decision for the team or the organization. You're all working toward the same end, so it's crucial to maintain a cooperative, respectful tone, even when you're suggesting a different course of action. And finally, be open to feedback on your alternative idea. Just as you expect others to consider your viewpoint, you should be willing to listen to their responses, whether they agree with you, have reservations, or propose further alternatives. This is how a productive, respectful conversation unfolds. When you offer alternatives, you engage others in a respectful and constructive dialogue. Respectful disagreement is an art that can be mastered. It's a dance of words and sentiments where we acknowledge the other person's viewpoint before introducing our own. It's not about winning or losing an argument, but about fostering a space for dialogue and understanding. Picture a situation where your colleague presents an idea that you don't necessarily agree with. Instead of immediately pushing your viewpoint, start by acknowledging their perspective. You might say something like, "I understand where you're coming from, and I appreciate your insights." But don't stop there. It's crucial to follow up with your perspective. You could continue by saying, "However, based on my analysis, I have a different viewpoint." Make sure to keep your tone calm and respectful, and provide clear reasoning for your perspective. This approach shows that you've considered their viewpoint, but you also have valid reasons for your differing opinion. If your colleague responds defensively, remain patient and understanding. You could say, "I understand that you might see things differently, and that's perfectly fine. I believe that our differing viewpoints can actually help us find the best solution." Remember, the goal is not to instigate a debate, but to engage in a conversation where both sides feel heard and respected. So the next time you find yourself in a disagreement, remember to acknowledge, present your viewpoint, and maintain respect throughout the conversation. Respectful disagreement fosters a culture of understanding and mutual respect. Expressing concerns and risks is a critical part of any professional meeting. It's a step that ensures you're not just going along with the flow, but you're actively engaging in the conversation and making sure that all aspects of a proposal are considered. However, it's essential to voice these concerns in a way that's factual and not personal. You see, when we express our reservations or point out potential risks, it's not about criticizing the person who proposed the idea. Instead, it's about evaluating the idea itself and its potential implications. Imagine you're in a meeting and someone suggests a new marketing strategy. You've done your research and you know that there might be some significant risks involved. How do you express this without sounding negative or confrontational? You could say, "I appreciate the fresh perspective on our marketing approach. However, based on my research, there might be a few potential risks that we need to consider." Here, you've acknowledged the effort in coming up with the strategy, you've expressed your concern, and you've opened the door for further discussion about these potential risks. This approach ensures your concerns are heard without causing unnecessary conflict or tension. Remember, expressing concerns isn't about being negative. It's about ensuring that all angles are looked at, all risks are considered, and all decisions are made with as much information as possible. When you express concerns, you contribute to making sound, calculated decisions. Suggesting caution and offering constructive criticism can help refine ideas. It's not about finding fault or belittling someone else's viewpoint. Rather, it's about contributing to the development and improvement of an idea. Imagine you're at a meeting and a colleague proposes a plan that you think could be improved. Instead of rejecting the idea outright, you might say something like, "I see a lot of potential in this plan, but I think we should consider a few things before moving forward." Next, provide your criticism in a way that's helpful and constructive. You might say, "What if we adjusted the timeline slightly to allow for a more thorough review process?" Or, "Have we considered the implications of this approach on our other projects?" In doing so, you're not just pointing out flaws, you're offering potential solutions, demonstrating your commitment to the team's success. Remember, constructive criticism is about improving ideas, not dismissing them. Sometimes direct opposition is necessary, but should be handled with clear reasoning and respect. Imagine you are in a meeting, and a colleague presents an idea that directly conflicts with your company's current strategy. It's not a time for silence or subtlety, it's time for polite but direct opposition. You might say, "I appreciate your perspective, but I must respectfully disagree based on our current strategy." Now, it's important to explain why. You could continue, "Our strategy prioritizes customer retention, and this idea might risk alienating our existing customer base." Not only have you voiced your disagreement, but you've done so respectfully and with clear reasoning. Remember, it's not about winning an argument. It's about ensuring the best ideas win out for the sake of the team and the company. Direct opposition, when done respectfully, can lead to better strategies and decisions. Mastering the art of politeness in professional meetings is essential. To recap, it's about softening disagreement, seeking clarification, providing alternate views, expressing concerns about risks, suggesting caution, offering constructive criticism, and sometimes directly opposing. Each step requires a blend of tact, diplomacy, and respect. Prioritizing clarity and a constructive approach can turn conflicting views into productive discussions. Remember, the key to effective and polite disagreement in professional settings is respect, clarity, and a constructive approach. Was this video helpful to you? If yes, Would you click like, subscribe? Visit verbaling.com/teachers/Marie for more coaching and business English development.